There is a new method that is quietly blowing up small YouTube creators right now, and it has nothing to do with better cameras, bigger budgets, or posting every single day. And I know that sounds like every other video you've clicked on this week. So let me be direct with you. By the end of this video, you are going to have three simple steps you can actually use today, even if you have zero production experience. Because few months ago, I was about 6 weeks into posting and nothing was happening. I'm talking single digit view, maybe a handful on a good day. And this feeling started creeping in that the channel was already dead before it even had a chance. I was convinced the problem was me. Maybe how I looked on camera, how I sounded, whether I came across like someone worth listening to. I remembered one afternoon, I refilmed the same intro 12 times, the same 30 seconds over and over, trying to sound like a real creator. And by the end of it, I couldn't even remember what I was trying to say anymore. That's where I was. And if any of that feels familiar, stay with me because what I figured out completely changed what happened next. Step one is what I call the mirror strategy. First thing you need to understand is that your video isn't judged on what's inside it, it's judged on the number sitting next to it. When someone scrolls past your video with 14 views and sees another video on the same topic with 2 million views, they've already made a decision before they even click. It doesn't matter if your video is better. That number is doing the talking and it's telling them to go somewhere else. So, how do you compete when the scoreboard is already stacked against you? You don't. You stop competing entirely and you do something bigger creators can't really do anymore. You mirror exactly where your viewers is right now. The anxiety, the uncertainty, the early stage they are stuck in. Big creators are years removed from their work. They don't remember what it feels like to post your first video or to stare at 11 views after spending a whole weekend making something, and people can feel that distance. Their content is well polished and that's impressive, but also a little disconnected because it signals I've already figured this out to someone who hasn't figured out anything yet. But you are still in it. Your unpolished setup, your slightly awkward delivery, your phone, you're propped up on something random. That's not weakness, that's proof. It shows you are in the exact moment your viewers is in. That's the mirror strategy. You are not trying to look like you've made it. You are showing that you are right there with them, and that's what makes people connect. Now, positioning is only half of it because you still need the right idea. This brings us to step two, and that is what I call the lazy skyscraper. Most people, when they hear study what works, they immediately look at the biggest creators, and it makes sense because those are the biggest numbers. But that's actually the worst place to look because you can't tell what caused the result. Was it the idea or was it the audience that they already have? You can't separate the two. What you want instead is a small creator outlier, someone with a small channel who suddenly gets a huge spike in views on one video. When that happens, you know it wasn't their audience carrying them, it was the idea. This is the lazy part in the best way possible. You are not overthinking or over researching. You find one video that clearly worked and you make your version of it with your story, your angle, and your delivery. That's exactly what I did when my channel wasn't moving. I noticed small creators in my niche posting similar videos that were outperforming everything else on their channel. So I made my own version with my own experience and perspective, and that video ended up hitting 300,000 views. That's what changed everything for me. So before you do anything else, find one small creator in your niche who had a breakout video. That's your next idea. You don't need 10 ideas, just need one that's already proven. Now, the only thing that can mess this up is trying to make it perfect which brings me to step 3, escaping the dead zone. Every creator goes through this phase: low views, no traction, uploading something you work hard on and watching it sit there doing nothing. It feels like the algorithm is ignoring you, and the mistake most people make is trying to fix that with perfection. They think if they just make the better video, it will finally work. So they spend weeks on uploading, rewriting, and refilming everything only for it to get the same result. I've been there. I even had a channel that started doing well. One video passed 200,000 views, and the channel hit 10,000 subscribers. But I treated every video like it had to be perfect, and I burned out completely. That channel still has only 7 long form videos on it because that's all I had in it before I had to stop. So here's the shift: you flip the order, quantity first, then quality. Not because quality doesn't matter, but because quality comes from repetition. You don't think your way into better videos, you make your way there. Your 10th video will always be better than your first, but you don't get to your 10 without posting. So instead of building some perfect system, you create something simple and repeatable, something you can stick to even when life gets busy. And when you do that, you stop overthinking and you start experimenting and take more risk, and you stop tying your self-worth to one video. You get better faster, and eventually, without even realizing it, the quality starts improving on its own. So those are the 3 P's. The mirror strategy help you connect, the lazy skyscraper gives you a proven idea, and escaping the dead zone keep you going long enough for any of it to actually work. Now, the next question is obvious. Once your channel starts growing, how do you actually turn that into income? Because views don't automatically mean money. I made a video breaking that down step by step. So click into that next video and I'll see you there. Bye for now.